Welcome to the 91 Day Business Spotlight Live. I'm your host, Jonathan Mast, and today I've got a really special guest with me. If you've been watching these live streams, sometimes you know I've met the people literally 30 seconds before these kick off, as we've been interviewing literally people from around the world. But today I'm really fortunate, and I get to talk to Karyn Hocking. And Karyn and I have known each other, goodness, I want to say for probably, I hate to say it, but probably close to 10 years. It's been a long
About that. Yeah.
so,
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
it's great. So, Karyn, thanks for joining today. I'm so excited to chat a little bit and have people learn a little bit more about what you're doing at Salus and that, and maybe share some of the changes that have happened over the years that I've known you. But just to begin with, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about Salus, who it is that you guys serve, and how you make their lives just amazing when they work with you?
Oh, yeah. So, hi. Salus has been around for 21 years. Ultimately, in 2009, we rebranded, and we've actually had 3 name changes since then as we've grown. So it started off as Jennison Clinical Massage, and it was just myself and another massage therapist, and we kind of shared space, and we partnered up for a couple of years. And then we moved into our first bigger space and got our first set of employees. And from there, we've expanded 3 different times. So we went from like a 2-room studio to a 6-room studio to a 10-room studio to a 17-room studio. So we went from Salus Massage Therapy to Salus Massage Therapy and Skincare to now Salus Wellness Spa. So as we've grown over the years, we just started off with massage therapy, then we added on the skincare portion. So we were able to do body wraps, body scrubs, facials, waxing. We started doing lash extensions, lash lifting and tinting. And then we started bringing in more of the energy work. So we got a reflexologist. We do the cranial sacral therapy and Reiki. Now we're just expanding more onto that with our newer building, going into the full wellness spa concept, and we brought in some automated services. So now we have the float pods, which are sensory deprivation pods. So looks like a giant egg. If anybody's familiar with like the Mork and Mindy egg from back in the day with Robin Williams, it looks like a giant egg, Mork from Mork. But anyway, so it's 200 gallons of water and 900 pounds of Epsom salt. And so you literally can just go in there and you will float. So the intention is to take away all the senses. So you don't have that gravity underneath you. You're in almost a zero gravity state, but we also take away lights and sound. You can have lights and sound if you would prefer. It's easier for those who are doing it for the first time to have the lights and sound. But as you get more comfortable, then you can take that away. And then you're able to get your brain to go into more of a theta-based state versus a beta state. Beta state is when you're awake. You're more active. Your brain is in a different active state versus a theta state, which can give you into that deeper form of relaxation. A lot of people will fall asleep. And yes, you can sleep in the tank, even though it's full of water. You're like a boat. You're not just going to like flip over. You're not going to capsize it all inside there. Other automated services we brought on is the infrared sauna, which is fantastic because it's different than your traditional sauna. Traditional saunas are going to be in that higher 170 to like 215-ish degrees, where you're just walking into a warm room. With infrared sauna, it's at a lower temperature, and its intention is to actually warm the core. So you're actually warming from the inside out instead of from the outside in. That actually is also integrated with VRT technology, so vibrational resonance therapy. So if you have your own music system on your phone or an iPad that you want to bring in, you can connect to any kind of meditative music that you would like to do some of your beta or alpha or theta wave meditations, and you'll actually feel that in the booth while you're receiving the infrared sauna. The Halo service is one of our the newest ones that are fantastic to use this time of year. I just actually was talking to some of my staff earlier, and we've got a couple people that are out sick right now. And I understand there's a local school that actually they shut down for the day because there's so many sick kids. And now we're going into allergy season. But Halo's great. Salt therapy is more of a respiratory system helper. So think of it like a neti pot and airborne and Mucinex kind of all rolled into one. It's very preventative if done regularly. And then if you do get some kind of icky bug, and you start coming in after you're clear to come in, don't come in with fevers and things of that form, obviously don't spread germs, but it can help with the residual effects of having allergies, cough, cold, flu, bronchitis, even COPD, post-COVID. But coming in prior, it's going to help the respiratory system and your immune system function in more of in synchrony, and keep you from developing deeper, ickier symptoms of all of the things I had mentioned earlier. It's a simple service. It's basically like sitting inside like a phone booth, and we just take micronized salt, which sounds like a scary word, but all it means is we crush it up so it basically is like stage smoke. So when it's fanned into that space, it's not, you just breathe those particles in and it gets deeper down into the lungs. Please breathe through your nose, not your mouth, because otherwise it's going to taste like you're drinking the ocean. It's not any fun. And your lips will be nice and salty like you had a margarita afterwards. So, but you can get a lot of tickle in your throat afterwards. You can have a lot of extra mucus that wants to come out either from the throat or from the nose. So that's a good thing. That means that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And finally, in the automated system or center, we have what's called the hydro massage, which you tried, I think, a couple times, if I'm not mistaken. So they're the lounge chairs. So it's a customizable system where you've got water jets that are going to go from head to toe, and you can pick your pressure and you can pick your area of concern, or you can just let the whole body take on those benefits from the water jets. But it's a dry service. So yes, it is using water pressure, but you don't have to remove any clothing. It's a great add-on to any service, either before or after. And because the water is warm, it will physically warm you up, warm up the tissue before or after a service. But for those who are not keen on receiving hands-on services, it's a great alternative. And we do have 2 of those, just like we have the 2 float pods, but we only have 1 sauna and 1 halo. So those are single services that we can do, but we can do them back to back if you want to come in with another human being. So that's kind of the the long-winded version of kind of where we're at this point in time. So I hope that's kind of helpful.
That's actually hugely helpful, and I really appreciate that, Karyn. It's been so exciting for me to watch that growth, because I've seen you grow through those years, and as an entrepreneur myself, and just seeing that, it's been so neat to watch. And I got to say, I absolutely love your current facility. It's amazing what you guys can do. Now, as we're talking here today, I'm actually down in Alabama because I want to miss out on all that Michigan winter, and I'm glad I'm not there. But you're up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Can you tell everybody a little bit about kind of the area you serve and where you're located, how they can find you?
Yeah. So we are in Jenison. So we're actually right off the highway, Chicago Drive and 196. We are right on the corner in a brown brick building that we completely demolished all the insides a couple years ago. Out of like 6 walls to a cube, only 3 are original. So the roof was completely replaced. The floor was completely replaced. 3 walls of original, and the front wall we actually moved forward. So there's nothing really from the original building that's still standing. And for those who are in the Jenison area and are familiar, we are in the old Paragon pet grooming facility, but I promise there's no more dog hair. It's been completely taken care of. So now it's just all the fun smells from owning a spot. But you can find us right there in the corner, across the street from the Jenison water fountain. And then of course there's always our social media. We've got an Instagram and a Facebook account, and then our website as well.
Awesome. Now, Karyn, if people want to learn a little bit more about the services, maybe like me, when you and I met, I didn't know about a lot of these services and what fit. What's the best way? What can they expect if maybe they're not sure? Can your staff help them figure out what would be a good way to get started, and how might that look? And I guess if you could, to that newbie out there, the person that's not familiar with the spa, what should they do to get the most impact, and what would be the first steps they should take to learn more about what you do?
So there's a couple different things you can do. You can go to our website, which is experiencesalus.com. That's SALUS.com. you can join our email list. And so we'll send emails out that have important information about the different services that we provide. But you can always call the office and talk to one of our front desk specialists. They can answer a majority of the questions for you. If you have a concern about a skin condition, it's best to talk to an esthetician. So if you're looking for something skin related, you can actually do a skin consultation with one of our estheticians, and they can take a look at your skin. Most people don't realize that they're using the wrong products for their skin. We tend to, as humans, either we overuse product like crazy because we think the more we use, the more it works. And that's not how chemistry works. And then we also are buying products based off the symptoms that we're experiencing, not what our actual skin is needing. So if you want to do a skin consultation with one of our estheticians, they're going to give you an idea of what your skin type actually is, the types of products that you're using, and if those are going to be good for you, or if we're going to make recommendations for other products, either that we sell or something that you can replace over the counter if it's more in your budget. And then the type of service that's going to be helpful to you and what kind of treatment plan that can work from. Then we have spa assistants. Our spa assistants pretty much run our office. They're our little office elves. They're great, but they can do a lot of the tours for our automated center and explain each one of those services in person. And you can also see, as long as obviously the machine isn't being utilized at that point in time, you can see the machine and they can explain how the whole thing works. So you had that visual to go along with the information. And then our front desk staff is just awesome, and they can pretty much answer anything, but if they have any questions, then they'll make sure to talk to one of us, and then we'll get back to you as soon as we can with the proper information and knowledge.
Well, that's awesome. And you guys do have an amazing staff. They've interacted with them, and it's amazing to see that. Karyn, I just want to thank you for joining us today. And let me just one other question I wanted to ask you. I know we're a little over time, but we'll share it anyway. Tell me a little bit about some of the group packages that you've got. I know in the past you've talked about that, and it's probably dangerous for me to ask live because I haven't talked to you about them recently, but you had some really cool like couple packages and friend packages that you could do. Can you tell us a little bit more about those?
Yeah, so at the moment, with our automated services, so the Halo, Hydro, Sauna, and Float, you can do one of the, it basically takes 3.5 hours, and it's $99, and you can do that altogether in one wonderful afternoon of relaxation and rejuvenation. You can also do an unlimited wellness membership, which means you have unlimited access to all 4 of those services: the sauna, the infrared sauna, the Halo, the Hydro, the Float, for $119 a month. So that's quite a deal. So for $20 more, you can use it as much as you want. We have memberships for massage and facials, which is going to be $80 per month. For that, you can either get a 50-minute massage or a customer relaxation facial or a body scrub for that $80 per month. But we also have packages. If you buy so much in advance, then you get a discount. So that is another option for people to take advantage of as well. And this is the last day. If you want to buy a gift certificate, we have if you buy 2 half-hour hydro massages, it's only $50. So it's a special that way. And the light in my room just got real funky all of a sudden. Sorry. So
It just gave you a halo.
Yeah, yes. I'm extra glowing.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you sharing all those details, and again, some amazing pricing too. So I want to just encourage you, as someone who's known Karyn now for, like I said, nearly a decade, if this is something that you'd like, if you just need a better day, or you just want a great afternoon, go spend some time over at Salus. It's an amazing spa. Their new building is, well, not so new anymore. It's been a while, but it's still new to me, and just an absolute amazing place. You guys will absolutely love it. Karyn, thanks for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. It's good chatting with you. When I get back up in town, we'll have to grab lunch. But again, just thank you for your time today. So appreciate it.
Oh, it's so good to see you, Jonathan. Thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. And I want to thank everybody who's watching either live or on the replay. And just a reminder, we're doing this for 91 days. We're going live. We're promoting your business, and we're about halfway through. So we've got a few sessions left. If you would like to promote your business, just like Karyn did, go ahead and make a note in the comments. I'll reach out to you and we'll get you promoted as well. With that, everyone, make it a great day.